Okay, so welcome dear members to our annual meeting. And before we get started, we'd like to do a pledge of allegiance and maybe a prayer. As tradition calls for. We have our American flag here. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And at the same time, we'd like to ask our board member, Yaroslav Fityak, to say a prayer for us.
Ми щиро дякуємо Тобі, Господи, за явлену милість, за охорону життя, за мир, за спокій, який ми маємо в країні всій, що Ти кожному із нас допоміг дожити в добрі, в спокою, і наші діти, і наші внуки не бачать горя і біди, яке пустило нашу країну. Господи Боже, дякуємо Тобі. І молимо Тебе і просимо, щоб Ти благословив усіх працівників кредитної спілки, даруй мудрості, розваги, сили, старання, бажання, Господи, служити одні одним, щоб ми мали поміч і благословляли одні одних, щоб життя наше було Тобі угодне, щоб прославлялось ім'я Твоє в народі Твоєму. Хорони і благослови народ на Україні, заступися, щоб настав там мир, настав спокій, люди могли повернутися до нормального життя. Ми молимо Тебе про це і благаємо Твоє лице. Будь з нами, хорони і благослови всіх нас надальше, а за всі Твої милості і блага. Нехай імені Твоєму несеться хвала, честь, поклін і подяка щира великому Богу, Отцю, Сину і Духу Святому по віки. Амінь.
Amen. Thank you, Yaroslav, for the prayer mentioning our situation also in Ukraine. All right, so at this time, let's have a moment of silence also for all of our deceased former members of our credit union. Should have had you standing, sorry. So let's do a moment of silence. Thank you. May their soul rest in peace each night at the family. Today's meeting agenda will be followed as in our Duca on the inside cover. And the inside cover at the bottom left corner says our 2025 annual member meeting. So, чи є пропозиція прийняти наші agenda for today? Hand seconded by Mira. All in favor, aye. Anybody object to it or abstain? Okay, ми маємо agenda. Дякую. Так само, the minutes from last annual meeting were printed out and there are copies on the back table. I suppose that probably didn't have a chance to read them, you can take them with you. But is there a proposal to accept the minutes as printed, Barbara, and seconded by Wallace? All in favor, aye. Against, abstained, nobody? Thank you. Unanimous again, of course. All right, so we have our minutes posted. The next item on the agenda, and you can follow all the reports on our Duca. Nice job this time around, Wallace. You've all been so professional. Look real good, something to be proud of. The next item on our agenda is the President's report. And on page 3 it starts there. And it says, we all know that the uncertain times are here with us. But we are committed still to serve our members, to serve our communities, and we do that, we do have a great model that we follow and that we advertise with, and it says, we stand and end with you. With you, our members, because without you, we have no jobs. We're not important. So the emphasis, our culture was center-based around membership. At the same time, what I like to do right now, you can read my full report, and I don't want to sit there and read it. There's a lot of interesting stuff there on your own. But what I want to do is take a couple of moments and spend the time in talking about what it is about, the customer care portion of it. We talk a lot about it, and we're dedicated to it. So what makes that possible? What makes it possible is our employees. We want to thank our employees for being good listeners. We want to thank our employees for offering good solutions. We often forget that employee that we have, whether it's a president, vice president, a manager, or the tellers, are all the integral part of a machine, of a teamwork effort that creates that perception about us, the credit union. So again, I thank all the employees of the credit union for the hard work that you do day in and day out, for the answers that you give, the timely responses that you give back to our members, the solutions that you offer our members that no other institution would do it, quite frankly, in such a quick turnaround. And the technical offerings that we offer that you enable better understanding of to our members. So again, hats off to our membership. And what makes me real proud is that many of our employees now are being certified in certain kind of specialties. And that also is another trademark and also another part of our culture that encourages our employees to become smart, to become certified, to become the professional experts in their fields. So again, I thank the management team for enabling that, making that happen, and continue that process, because again, it's our employees that will make or break our credit union. So again, my report here, for those who like Ukrainian, you can read Ukrainian or practice Ukrainian. You can read it in English. Right now I'd like to call up on the podium our CEO, who's been doing a tremendous job. We honored him yesterday, 30 years with our credit union. Can you imagine 30 years? And two people who are here, board members, hired him, Tomato and Paula, 30 years ago. All I'm saying, they don't confuse. Anyway, 30 years, 15 years also as the CEO with the same board. This board that brought all again, creating a tremendous trusting, working, cooperative relationship. And since then, from the $50 million that we were with about 5,000 members to about $400 million today with about 28,000 members. So, all right.
Дякую, пане Василь, шановні члени дирекції, комітетів, шановні працівники кредитної спілки і члени кредитної спілки і гості. Dear members of the credit union, board members, committee members, and guests, thank you for joining us for our annual meeting. My report is also in this annual brochure, pages 6, 7, and 8. I'm not going to read the whole report, but I'll give you some highlights of our achievements and challenges in 2024. It was a year of great achievements for our credit union. At the end of the year, we achieved 400 million in assets. That's a pretty good milestone. We finished the year a little less than that, 395 million, but in November, 400 million was achieved. And now, as of this year, we're close to $410 million in assets. Our loan portfolio was at 346 million. That's close to 350 million mark. So thank you to all of our loan personnel, our chief lending officer, and everybody who provides loans to our members. That's a great achievement. That's a high number of loans and amounts of loans. Our deposit growth was also positive. It's 3.5%, but last year was challenging in terms of growing deposits. All banks and credit unions had issues in attracting money. That's why CD rates were so high. So we had to compete with all local financial institutions, and not just local, but online. Everybody can go online, Google highest CD rate, find something in Missouri, and they asked us to match. And to have some growth, we had to match some of these high rates, and still had a growth of deposits at 3.5%. Our membership growth was outstanding. Last year was 5.28%. Usually before the war in Ukraine, an average in the credit union industry is 1%, 2% per year. During 22, 23, and 24, we had tremendous growth in our membership, of course, because people were living in Ukraine and coming here on humanitarian parole, and we were one of the first stops for our new members from Ukraine. First stops in the United States is to open a bank account, and not just to get financial advice, also to get community advice. And they came here as their second home, and I witnessed many of them that were very worried how to set up life in this country, and they were leaving with a smile on their faces because they knew that there is community here that will support them, and we have resources built to support their new life in this country. One was mentioned uncertainty, and there is a lot of uncertainty now with the new arrivals from Ukraine. Many of them are now our employees, our great employees, and with the uncertainty in the politics, it's difficult to say if they will be staying with us for the next year or two and more. Right now, there are some challenges in some of them are having their authorizations to work expire. Some of them need to leave because they have their parole expires. So hopefully there will be clarity in the future for our members. We have thousands of new members who arrived in the last 3 years, and we have quite a few employees that have their future uncertain. I was at a recent seminar or conference, and there was a presentation from an economist, and he had 50 pages of graphs and statistics and tables, and on every page he had uncertainty, like twice or 3 times. So you know, if that happens, economists are not sure what's happening with the economy, but there is a lot of uncertainty in all areas of our operations, including financial markets, including economic environment, and also uncertainty with immigration status of many of our members and employees. Talking about other challenges, last year interest rates were challenging in the last couple of years. You know that I mentioned that deposit rates were very high, long-term rates were lower, so most of our loans are based on long-term mortgage rates, and most of our CDs are deposits and high-rate CDs, so that was presenting us challenges in terms of making interest, because we had to pay more and earn less in mortgages. So that affected our financial performance last year as well, but we still had a net income for last year, although it was minimal, because we transferred a lot of money into our reserves to safeguard us from loan losses. And talking about loan losses, another challenge last year was the trucking industry. Truckers didn't have a good year, truckers didn't have a good 3 years, and that affected a lot of us because we have a lot of loans issued to our truckers, and it's a significant part of our membership. So the situation is a little bit better this year, but still be having a lot of challenges with that segment of our membership. Talking about the future, we started a new concept for branches. As you know, we have 14 branches now in 8 states. And we see that our new branches are more technological branches. We have fewer people coming to Teleline, customer services. All transactions are being done online or through their mobile phones. So they just need consultations for larger transactions, larger loans, larger deposits. So our future branch will look like it's a virtual branch with minimal footprint. It's going to be a very small location with consultants that will help people navigate through online and mobile channels. So we were planning that last year, and we are working right now with some areas in Florida to start this virtual branch for the future starting this year. We also proactively managing other digital channels of communications with our members. We established a new chatbot. We have a call center that handles chat also features, not just the voice capabilities. So that's more members can get the answers quicker because they don't have to wait on the phone to get a live person. Many of those answers or many of those questions are standard, and our chatbot knows all these answers without talking to a live person. So now now we had very positive response from our members for this new service. We also we have to mention we have to continue working with our community, and we have a report from a community relations committee. But this community and supportive community is very critical to our success. And last year we had 8 new organizations that joined our common bond. Our membership is based on common bond organizations, mostly churches and other associations. So last year we had 8 new common bond organizations that joined our credit union. That means members of those churches and organizations can join our credit union. And we continue to support our common bond organizations, including those that support Ukraine, send humanitarian aid and medical supply to Ukraine. Locally, as you know, Rock Maidan is an organization that already sent 27 containers of humanitarian aid to Ukraine, and we always supported their initiatives in Rochester and also other organizations in other 14 branches and 8 states. To conclude, I wanted to thank all of you, our members, that without you, our success would not be possible. I wanted to thank our employees also that make our success possible. And we had a very good year, and we're planning that this year and future years, we soon will be celebrating the 75th anniversary in a couple of years. So we're planning to have annual meeting that's full annual meeting with more people and celebrations. And I also wanted to thank our leadership, our board, that always supports our management and provides us strategic guidance for our initiatives, and members of our committees, volunteers. Our board is all volunteers and committees, so thank you for your guidance. And let's work together for great 2025 and into the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ale. We'll hold our questions when we have a discussion part of the meeting. But I'd just like to reassure the membership that, yeah, that with a lot of uncertainties that are facing us, no one can really control all of them at 100%. But I want to assure you that we're very proactive with our policies, with our procedures, with our daily communications, with our modeling, using tech. So overall, I feel very confident that we can manage those uncertainties going forward. Right now, I'd like to call on the podium our treasurer, Barbara Gutierrez.
Hello, everyone. So I won't go through the whole document either. It's on the treasurer's report. It's on page 14. I'll just hit a few highlights. I think a lot of things that have already been said, but you know, it's been a good year. It's been a year of economic hard, you know, headwinds, global uncertainty, you know, but the credit union continues to uphold its financial strong foundation, preserving the safety of our members and maintaining financial stability and enhancing all the various services that are offered. So it was a good year, steady growth, prudent management, and very impactful community engagement. So I think the statistics and the numbers are all in the document, so I won't go into that. But you know, it did have a modest income at the end of the year, but it was very prudent, and the management did a really great job in a very difficult situation, you know, with the whole worldview and everything that's going on. You know, they have some strategic milestones, new mobile banking, have Zelle that came on board, a lot of digital banking accessibility, which is the new thing, and it really gives the membership an opportunity to kind of just move with the times and make it easier for them to do their financial services with the credit union. A lot of humanitarian aid initiatives, which is always well deserved and well sought after. Also, there's big dedication to youth and education. Talk about some scholarships for our young members, and you know, just focusing on financial literacy, preparing the members, the new members, for financial future, being successful in their financial endeavors. So, but all in all, you know, the kudos goes to the staff, all the hard work that they do to keep the credit union going, well-maintained, successful, thriving. So really, your members' trust and loyalty, you and the credit union is very well deserved, and really appreciate everyone's commitment and dedication to the credit union. So,
Thank you, Barbara.
thank you.
Again, we'll hold out questions on any of the numbers or the reports during the discussion time. At this time, I'd like to call on the podium our Community Relations Committee Chair, and that is Mara Denison.
Дякую, Василь. Дякую всім присутнім на цій загальній зборах. In the early 1980s, Ukrainian Federal Credit Union leadership began expanding and growing its credit union common bond to include churches and community organizations. Up to that time, we only had two common bonds, Ukrainian Fraternal Association and the Ukrainian National Association. Since 2000, we expanded our common bond to multiple states across the USA and coast to coast. Firmly believing in building and sustaining strong community ties, our credit union actively supported the cooperative mission of people helping people through volunteerism, financial education, community outreach programs, and donations to many credit union common bond churches, charitable, educational, civic, and cultural organizations. In 2010, our credit union established the Ukrainian American Community Foundation in support of its long-time charitable outreach mission. In 2024, UFCU continued expanding its common bond membership and now includes over 100 churches and organizations across the USA. And in coordination with the Ukrainian American Community Foundation, provided over $140,000 in support of community, cultural, humanitarian aid initiatives, and scholarships. In 2024, Community Relations Committee members Bogdan Zakharchishin, Yaroslav Fatyak, and Oleg Labetko, our UFCU CEO and honorary Ukrainian consul, continue to assist our members with on-site Ukrainian consulate services at various UFCU branches, which was started 22 years ago. I'm looking towards our Ukrainian embassy to provide a certificate of appreciation for this long-time partnership. And especially I appreciate Alex Oreshkevich for coordinating UFCU participation in community events across the USA. In 2028, UFCU will reach a special milestone, its 75th anniversary. В тому 75-річчю ми будемо досягати свою місію – допомогти нашим членам і нашій громаді, нашій спільноті досягти фінансового успіху, надаючи найвищий рівень послуг і своє бачення на майбутнє, бути вибірною фінансовою установою для наших членів, для наших майбутніх членів і однією із провідних і найкращих кредитних спілок в Америці. Дякую.
Thank you, Tamara. And now, to give a summary of the Supervisory Committee report, we'll have Board Member Bogdan Zakharchishin.
Всіх присутніх в залі, unfortunately, наш голова Supervisory Committee контрольної комісії не мав можливості бути. Я маю доручення від нього дати короткий звіт. Звіт контрольної комісії або наглядового комітету є на сторінці 17. The report is on the page 17. So, у вересні 24-го року Рада директорів призначила нову контрольну комісію, наглядовий комітет у складі голова комітету Юрій Гайдучок, а також члени комітету Василь Грицюта, Микола Баберський та Ігор Левків. Також до комітету приєдналася пізніше пані Таня Лаба. Це людина, яка виростала в Рочестері, наша з Рочестеру, але працювала довгий час в кредитній спілці «Самопоміч», українській кредитній спілці «Самопоміч» Чикаго, на посаді віце-президента кредитного департаменту. І нещодавно вона по своїх бажанні повернулася жити в Рочестер і з радістю погодилася працювати в цьому комітеті. Ми її вітаємо, бо це професійна людина, яка власне дуже добре буде знати справи і роботу в цьому комітеті. Між іншим, контрольна комісія чи наглядовий комітет завжди запрошує волонтерів, особливо з, як кажуть, financial background, до співпраці, тому що у нас завжди є, це серйозний комітет і завжди є багато роботи в цьому. Впродовж 2024 року наглядовий комітет здійснював системні глибокі внутрішні перевірки і провіряв стабільне фінансове становище кредитівки та належне управління. Також в координації з наглядовим комітетом проводилось з зовнішньої сторони, був аудит наших audit company Банадіо, і ми дістали добру оцінку нашої діяльності, так що це завдяки нашим працівникам, менеджменту, професійній роботі всіх. Провірялись правильність ведення всіх рахунків наших членів, і звіт підтвердив, що фінансова звітність кредитівки відображає фінансовий стан у всіх суттєвих аспектах відповідно до загально прийнятих принципів бухгалтерського обліку Сполучених Штатів Америки. Окрім професійних аудитів, наглядовий комітет співпрацював з операційним директором Танією Дашкевич, здійснював квартальні перевірки закритих рахунків. Комітет підтримував лінію комунікації для зведення членів через окрему поштову адресу та спеціальну електронну скриньку підтримки. Протягом 2024 року комітет виконував свої обов'язки сумлінно і своєчасно, забезпечуючи підтримку Раді та керівництву кредитівки. У 2025 році наглядовий комітет залишається відкритим для співпраці. Так що просимо наших членів, як я говорив раніше, приєднуватися і якщо є бажання бути волонтером великої нашої кредитної родини. Дуже дякую, всього найкращого і в мене все.
Thank you, Bogdan. Nice detail there. Okay. Right now, I'd like to call on Dr. Delak to do our Ukrainian Community Credit Union Foundation.
Hello, добрий день. Цього року наш світ є на сторінках більше наших. This year we'll be looking at a couple of different things through the Ukrainian Community Foundation. I'd like to start off by just saying that over the last 15 years since we started the foundation, we've donated more than $500,000 of credit union member money to various organizations throughout the United States who are our common bond members, and beyond that into the American community. One of the biggest accomplishments from last year was the official designation from the Congressional Office for International Leadership, establishing us as curators for the Open World program that we've been running for the last 5 to 8 years. So this kind of support through the Congress, the United States Congress, is very important for us as a foundation. Additionally, I'd like to thank the credit union itself, which awarded $20,000 in support to the foundation for distribution to the various members. Last year, we also had a program announcing Ukrainian of the Year award to Rock Maidan, a local group that has sent over, well, I think there's 14 containers now.
47.
I'm sorry, 27.
Each
Somehow
container
I hear
costs
47, but 27, I guess. I'm sure there'll be more coming, but this year, so far in the time that Rock Maidan has taken active participation in this program, 27 containers of humanitarian aid has been sent directly to Ukraine during this difficult period. So the other organizations that we support locally, the Irondequoit Sister Cities Foundation, or the Irondequoit Sister Cities Group, Ukrainian Centennial Programs, just a number of different things. One that I'm very proud of now is our association with the University of Rochester, sponsoring the Ukrainian collection in their libraries. So the foundation has been very active in supporting our members locally, and then we also reach beyond the Rochester-Webster area. We've donated money to the Ukrainian Catholic University Foundation. We've donated money to the United Help Ukraine, Zudak, and other organizations that are providing humanitarian aid to Ukraine during the war period. Additionally, our difficult task is providing scholarships to students who are UFCU members. So far, in the last 15 years, over $200,000 has been donated directly to students, helping them continue their education at the university level. This year also, the foundation is continuing doing that. We offered, I believe it was 12 scholarships to us, or 12 this year, and they're listed in the foundation report. Additionally, we are an established 501c or 501c3 organization. So any kinds of donations that we have, we've been getting donations for scholarships now from private members within the community, and that's been helping us. Our board consists of a very few people, actually. 2 people outside of the board include Alex Otoskevich, our secretary, and Helena Gakiu as a director. We continue our work this year and look forward to kind of providing more scholarship money and continue awarding Ukrainian of the Year presentations to groups that we are affiliated with. Thank you for your time.
Man, can you just, one more second, while you're up here, can you do the nominating committee?
I didn't, I can take, on behalf of Pansakrochishna, this year myself, Mr. Cornilla, and I believe Barb, right? The 3 of us were up for nominations for service to the credit union. So Pansakrochishna was able to establish the nominating committee. He nominated us. We accepted. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been doing the nominating committee for the last 10 years, so I think once every 3 years, people's done has to stand up and give the nominating report. But we were nominated, and we had no external candidates, and so there were no voting requirements for this year, and we're gladly willing to serve on the board. I guess for 1 more year, 2 more years, 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
This is going to break our precedent. We were all trying to retire from the board before we reached 90. Evidently, we're going to be carried into the very, very far future. Thanks for your time.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So, yeah, thanks for your time.
I apologize.
It's okay.
I put you on the spot and I took away.
I remember the nominating committee vaguely.
It must be the heat outside, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you both. We've heard a lot of discussion, we've heard a lot of words, a lot of wonderful things, some challenges. Now it's your turn to ask us some questions. Any of the board members or myself, Oleg, any of the C staff that's here. If there's anyone that has a question, concern, issue, feel free to speak in our democratic forum.
See the
human resource manager has no questions for the board.
No questions.
Do we have any questions for her?
Anything from that?
The other way.
Okay, so if there's no questions, I think you want to take this opportunity to do the awards.
Yeah. So this year, we'd like to present our Ukrainian of the Year award to an organization that is probably run by or affiliated with one of our former Rochesterians. Mr. Bogdan Balko has come here from Yonkers to accept the award to the Ukrainian this choir. I think it's here.
We've got it.
Yeah, I came around because we'll do a picture out in front.
We'll do a picture?
Yeah.
Of course. You're coming around?
Yeah, come around. You're not that tall.
No, it's I will be out of the picture if I stand next to all these other people. So. Okay. 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 So this year we're going to present the International Category Award for Ukrainian American Organization of the Year to the Ukrainian Banduras Chorus of North America. And its representative, Mr. Bogdan Balko, will come and take the award. Mr. Bogdan, like I said, I was very proud. He was one of my longtime colleagues at the Ukrainian Youth Club here in Rochester. He's now outgrown his youth, but he's still a very important contributor. Thank you very much, Bogdan.
Okay, one more. Can you put it both down in the middle?
Yeah.
Oye, Hano, je postojni i pštovnici. Možete Hano razumjeti?
Can I join in the picture?
Yeah, sure. We have all the signees on here.
Absolutely.
And
No,
this,
no, no, not in question.
Oh,
No, keep this vocal.
Yes. He wants to be near to me like everyone else. So here we go.
You know, we got three
Congratulations.
organizations.
Retired today.
Congratulations. And we have one other award for the domestic category, which sometimes can be viewed as the most important category. But this year we're going to give the award Ukrainian Organization of the Year to the Ukrainian National Women's League of America Branch 120. And I believe, Pani, who's going to do this? I think that there's a former board member that may,
Pani Natalia Yaholova.
Pani Natalia's going to come forward for the board? Okay. And you're not going to help her? I think you should come as a former board member. You should be a participant. We'd like to present this award to you, Pani Natalia. Thank you for revitalizing this whole organization.
have the ladies in the middle and the gentlemen in the bookends.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you, Pani Natalia.
It's so remarkable to recognize and acknowledge, the hard work that these volunteers do throughout the years. And, at one time, I remember we used to have a lot of these R&R ceremonies, and so now fell through the cracks. So I think our foundation now has picked up that role in trying to sustain that, appreciation. Also, I just noticed too how nice, when I was growing up, I was with the Ukrainian American Youth Association. And our former recipient, Mr. Bulko, who sings in the Banduras choir, his father was one of the community leaders at that time. At all of the banquets, all the speeches, I would see him talking your general replica of the continuation of our culture, our love for our music and our songs. And so that was one. The other aspect was Olish is a Ukrainian Plast organization. So that was nice to see Sumiuch or Plastun side by side. When we were growing up, don't go there, you can't do that, you're not Ukrainian, all of that rigmarole. And then to top it all off, we had a trio. We had Tamara, who represented Odum, which was the Democratic Ukrainian Youth Association, which was labeled as the Orthodox clan. they also had the summer camps and all that, and they were active in Rochester for a while, so it's nice to see that, now we have a photograph of the proof. All right, we have a budget coming up for next year for the credit union. We've stayed pretty much to budget. We've been, as you see, we've been growing, using those financial numbers and keeping slim belt. I'd like to ask Alex Novishadlo, our CFO, to share that budget information with you. And some other good news, that's how we created another QSO that's very prosperous for our credit union.
So the 2025 budget that was put together by management is as follows. Loans to members projected to be $18,695,000. Investments, $1,049,000. For total interest income of $19,744,000. Dividends to members are projected to be $7,547,000. Net interest income after dividends projected to be $12,197,000, with a provision for loan loss expected to be $500,000 at $500,000. Net interest income after the provision is expected to be $11,697,000. Fee income projected to be around $2.5 million next year, and the non-interest expenses are as follows. Compensation and benefits, $6.3 million. Professional fees, $3.5 million. Operations, just north of $1 million. Occupancy, $855,000. Depreciation, $547,000. Marketing, $300,000. And other expenses projected to be $150,000. Total non-interest expenses are $12,612,000, and the net income the credit union projects for 2025 is $1.6 million. And that's the budget.
Good budget.
Thank you. Any questions on the budget before Alex goes? Okay, I guess we're coming to an end of our annual meeting. Again, I thank our memberships for your trust in us and for your continued business. And you're just in time for snacks. Motion to close our meeting. Second. Everybody in favor? Дуже дякую за вашу присутність и congratulations, recipients of your awards. Now there's some snacks back there, help yourself.